And welcome. Today we will learn about this pleura. Pleura is covering of the lung. It has two layers. Each we have two lungs, right and left lungs. Right and left. We have two lungs, and each lung has its own pleura. This right is having its own pleura, left lung is having its own pleura. Pluri. This pluri means plural of pleura. The pleura has two layers. One is visceral layer, that is very much related or adjacent or adherent to this all surfaces of the lung, including fissures. This is visceral pleura. Visceral pleura is adherent to the lung from all surfaces, from all sides. It is covering the lung and it is adherent with the lung tissue. Therefore, it is impossible to remove the visceral pleura. At the hilum is the position of the lung at which this trachea, blood vessel, not trachea, main bronchus or blood vessels or etc. enters into the lung. At the hilum, this will reflect into the inner side of the thoracic cavity or chest wall. This is going to the inner side of the chest wall, and thoracic side of this is diaphragm, thoracic side of diaphragm. This is about this parietal pleura. This is parietal pleura. This is parietal pleura, and this is visceral pleura. Visceral pleura and parietal pleura, in between them there is a space known as pleural space, or intrapleural space, or pleural space or pleural cavity. This is intrapleural space. This is intrapleural space. And in this space, pleural fluid is present. Amount of pleural fluid is about 2 milliliter. And in health it is almost constant. We will learn it later. This pleura is loose elastic tissue on which flat cells are present. These are mesothelium. These mesothelium secrete this pleural fluid, a serous fluid. They secrete serous fluid, and there is drainage. Continuous secretion of pleural fluid is going on, and drainage is also there. Lymphatic drainage, this is also going out. It is being absorbed. This effect, this suction contribute to the negative pressure of the intrapleural space. This is pleural fluid. This is about the elastic tissue and mesothelium. This is covered with mesothelium on both sides. This pleural fluid provides lubricant, help in a smooth movement of the visceral pleura over parietal pleura. Number one, it causes movement of the free movement, a smooth movement of this visceral pleura and parietal pleura. And second thing is, it seems that the lung is floating into this pleural fluid. Lung is floating into the pleural fluid. It also causes equal distribution of forces on the lung. Therefore, it is very important. And then this is adhesive action. This is pleural fluid has adhesive action. Number 2, free a smooth movement of pleural fluids. This pleural fluid provides free a smooth movement of this. Number 3, it has protective action also. Protective action also. So that this lung soft tissue cannot collide with thoracic cavity, thoracic wall. This, if it is not present, it may collide during expansion. It may collide with heart, this chest wall. This is protective. Pleural fluid, 2 ml, adhesive action, free a smooth movement of the pleura, and protective action. It is secreted from mesothelium of the pleural cavity. It is secreted from pleural or this parietal pleura. This is secreted. So histologically it is pleura is a thin elastic tissue on which mesothelium is there, and these mesothelium are active. They are secreting continuously the pleural fluid. This is about the pleural fluid. Now this is having adhesive action, and we learned that this visceral tissue, visceral pleura, is adherent to the lung tissue. Likewise, this parietal pleura is also adhesive with the chest wall, inner side of the chest wall, and thoracic side of the diaphragm. It is also very much adherent with the thoracic cavity, inner side of the thoracic wall, and thoracic side of diaphragm. This is very important. This is very important. When this moves outward during inspiration, what happens? During inspiration, this ribs will move upward and outward. This is moving upward and outward, increasing the space, increasing the volume of the thoracic cavity. This will cause, when this moves outward, when the chest wall moves outward, the parietal pleura is adherent to this chest wall. It will also move with this chest wall, and as this parietal pleura and visceral pleura are very much close, and there is pleural fluid which is causing adhesive action, so this will also move. The parietal pleura will move, and visceral pleura along with the lungs will also move according to the movement of the chest wall and diaphragm. When diaphragm moves during inspiration, it moves down. It goes down, increasing the vertical diameter of the chest wall. So this will also go down, and this base of the lung, this will also go down. Therefore, volume will increase, and volume will increase, then pressure becomes less, and air is sucked in to the lung. This is when parietal pleura moves outwards and upwards, diaphragm moves downwards. Parietal pleura, this chest wall moves outward and upward, then parietal pleura will also move outward and upward. This diaphragm, pleura at this diaphragm, parietal pleura at this diaphragm moves downwards with diaphragm. So the volume increases, and with this, as it is very much close and adherent to this visceral pleura and parietal pleura, then visceral pleura will also move along with this lung, and this will increase the volume, and when volume increases, pressure decreases, and the air will enter into the this lung. Now the opposite, when this chest valve goes downwards and outward and downwards and inwards. When this moves outward or inwards, then this will go inside the parietal pleura will go in, and this will push the visceral pleura, and the intrapleural pressure, increases, causing removal of, or air is blown out from the lung. This is about the normal here. This is having a pressure known as intrapleural pressure, and intrapleural pressure is minus -4 millimeter of mercury. So this is something clinical, that is, this is single layer mesothelium pleurisy, that is inflammation of pleura. Inflammation of pleura is known as pleurisy, and in this case this layer becomes parietal and visceral. This layer becomes inflamed, and during movement of the respiration they rub against each other. There is no smooth movement. They will rub against each other, causing irritation of the nerve endings in the parietal pleura. One thing, this parietal pleura is supplied by intrathoracic nerves, and on this side, on the mediastinal side and diaphragmatic side, it is supplied by phrenic nerve. This visceral pleura is supplied by ANS, autonomic nervous system. This is very much sensitive to pain, and then when there is rubbing, there is pain in initial stage. After few days, pain will subside, pain will disappear, and fluid will accumulate in this space. And when fluid accumulates in this space, the normal movement of the lung during inflation and deflation is restricted, hampered. And when the fluid is more, then treatment is essential. When the fluid becomes more, it may press this lung into the left lung and mediastinum to the right side, causing hampering of movement of lung of right side also. Now, during injury, a stab injury or something like that, this air may enter into the pleural space, and then the movement of this parietal and visceral pleura is hampered, and this will collapse, lung will collapse. And when there is tension pneumothorax, when tension is there, this movement is moved about the right side from when it is on the left side, and when it is on the right side moves there. So this will cause, and compression of the heart will lead to some sort of shock and may cause death. This is, and when blood is present into this space, this is hemothorax. So this is very important. Pleura is very important or vital structure of this respiratory tract, especially this lung tissue. It is very important. So in next class we will learn about this pressure changes during respiration. Okay, thank you.